Well, I'm so excited you have decided to take the next step. I truly believe you're here for a reason. And one reason is because over 16 years ago, I was literally in my master bedroom closet praying for answers. My husband was in the wellness space. He owned and operated fitness clubs. His passion was getting people in the best shape of their lives in 84 days using strength training, cardiovascular training, heavy emphasis on nutrition and rest. And what we did is we combined my skill set in corporate communications to create a beautiful company in corporate wellness, where we would take executives then and slingshot them in the best shape of their lives in 84 days. Everything was doing amazing. We were learning and growing and managing all the moving parts of a small business, including cash flow. And then in 2009, that terrible recession hit, and we lost all of our cash flow. All our corporate clients basically canceled their contracts with us. Thus, I was praying for answers. As divine would have it, my husband Gabe and I were invited up to Atlanta, Georgia, for him to be a guest speaker on how to turn your body into a fat burning machine. After the presentation, a complete stranger came up to him and shared what we now call an activator, a dietary supplement called an activator. And this is really, really important because if we do not understand the significance of these activation products, you will not understand the significance or the enormity of this business opportunity. So in those days, we were very skeptical, and we did not believe in a lot of dietary supplements. We believed in good food. The food that God created is what we put in our bodies, and that's what we educated people on. So when we flew home, we had happened to be working with a big hospital here in Jacksonville, Florida, called the Mayo Clinic. Our executives would go there for their executive physicals. And so we went to them. We knew several of those doctors, and we said, how do we know this dietary supplement? And that doesn't even it doesn't do it justice. This activator, how do we know it's the real deal? And I'll never forget my husband saying, Jill, if we can validate this, if this is for real, what we've been learning so far, we can make millions. We literally can make millions. So those doctors told us where to go. They told us to go to the National Institute of Health, which is pubmed.gov. If you're taking notes, pubmed.gov, type in the search box, and if you get a hit, you're onto something, where there were two profound studies. And we kept looking for the crack, but there was not. There wasn't any. And so what we did is we checked that product box. And so I'm going to go ahead and share some slides and go ahead and educate you on this very, very profound science. You know, I'm gonna digress just for a minute. The executives that we used to work with, one in particular, he said, Jill and Gabe, you guys need to figure out how to create leveraged income for your wellness company. You need to figure out how to create leveraged income for your family. And in those days, 16 years ago, we just weren't conscious of this. We were working hard and had that beautiful business and had a sense of success, right? But we hadn't considered leveraged income or building an asset. So for this masterclass, consider that is a very important concept, whether it's this business or any business. And I continue to educate my children and my entire team on this concept. Well, John D. Rockefeller says it best. I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. Does that make sense? I would rather earn 1% off 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. So this is an income disclosure statement. It talks about that everyone is different. Everyone's earning capability is different and their value to the marketplace, how hard people work. So there are no guarantees. But I'm going to show you an income disclosure statement. It's a document from a publicly traded company, our publicly traded company. And in those days, back 16 years ago, my husband's main focus was to earn $2,200 a month. I was worried about paying the mortgage. He was worried about keeping the kids in their little elementary school, a school that was all they had known. And so we needed about $2,200 a month. So somewhere between these two figures right here. And we were able to accomplish this in 30 days. And we're like, oh, we get this. We get it. And what did we do during those 30 days? We literally just shared the enormity of activation. Because remember, and this is critical, that if you do not understand the enormity of activation and what that means to you and educating the world, you will not see the enormity or the vision of this opportunity. In 22 months, we were able to generate this kind of income, over 20,000 in monthly income, leveraged. And it was leveraged. It was a team of people working together, rowing together to create this beautiful income. So that means other people were having success as well. And so when this happened, I said, Gabe, we need to shut down our wellness company at this point because we were taking this cash flow and using it to pay our payroll. So that's when we shut down our other company after 22 months. But we can earn a little bit of extra money or even this big time money in monthly income. And during this masterclass, I really want you to consider these things in any business, not just what I'm going to talk about today. Now, I want you to consider, is the product consumable? Is it unique? Do you have competition around the world? Is the company solid financially? How are the timing and the trends? Are we in a good space? Is wellness an incredible space right now? Absolutely. In the comp plan, are we going to be paid our value to the marketplace? Maybe you are paid your value to the marketplace currently, but you may not have time, right? Years ago, I remember I had a newborn daughter, Natalie, and I had to go punch into work, right? And I had to punch out. Maybe you're in that situation where you're forced to go in to work, but still have a passion to be successful or have something else or generate that leveraged income. And I think this is one of the key things really is do you feel is there a system in place where you feel you can do this? Do you have confidence? Can you make a solid decision? Can you throw the stake down and go, yes, I can. I can do this. And I see myself doing this. This is important because belief in what you're doing and what you see is just everything, right? Belief in what you're doing is everything. So consider that with anything we're doing. So, product, what did we see once we did our research? What was the vision? And so then again, we're going back to we need to check this box. We saw that peer reviewed research. We saw we were first to market activation, the activation of cellular pathways, which is seemed kind of confusing. Well, in those days, it was very confusing to me. And we were pioneers of a new science, and I believe we're still in that space. The timing is huge. People are starting to write about it, but they don't use that word activation. And we saw only upside potential. We had nothing to lose. We literally had no cash flow. There was nothing to lose. So, and still today, there's only upside in a beautiful, beautiful business model that I actually I fought, and it's turned out to be such an amazing business model with this particular company product. What did we see once we did our research? Um, we are not adding a supplement to our body. Okay, this is really, really important, and I need you to understand the significance of this is that we are not adding a supplement to our body. Activation gets to the root cause. It gets your own body to do its own work, what your body was meant to do. So stay with me on that. I'm going to explain it. Our activators, we take them so our body can make what we need again. I mean, that's jaw dropping. And that's what we saw 16 years ago. When we got it, we ran with our hair on fire. It was incredible. So, what solution could we solve for our friends, family, the entire world, for you? These are the solutions for you through activation. You maintain and improve your health. I think maintaining is huge, right? Think about it. Educate the world on the activation of pathways. Carve out a beautiful, lucrative business from over 40 years of research with consistent, hard work. Personal growth and development, community, and help others do the same. It's a win win win. So, what is activation and why is activation so important? Well, all of us live, right? And I want you to also to consider that that's our market. All right. If you go out in the sun, if you eat, if you breathe, that's our market. Exercising. These are just part of living, and this causes us our bodies to age, right? On a cellular level. All these things cause us to age on a cellular level. These things too, this ad impacts it even more, right? Bad food, pharmaceuticals, drinking, stress, heavy metal, cigarette smoke, x-rays, chemicals everywhere. Think about it. You're pumping gas, you're eating bad food. All these things contribute to our overall health and well-being. So we're looking for solutions as we age, right? And this may be highly technical, but stay with me, okay? And I'll develop it in this master class. So here's what's happening inside of the body. We have cellular damage. That's a trigger, right? We have inflammation. That's like a fire inside of our body. Mitochondrial decline. Do you remember that from eighth grade science, the mitochondria? And that's the powerhouse of the cell. Epigenetic, right? That's the genes, right? It makes our genes confused and causes bad things to happen to our body. And poor cellular detoxification and repair. And those are all key elements on how we disease and how we age and how you feel, right? How are you feeling? Are you feeling like the best version of yourself? I just think this is just another tool in our kit to make us the best version of ourselves. So as we develop this concept of cellular damage as the trigger, I want you to focus now on this key concept of oxidative stress. You may have heard of free radicals, right? Free radicals and how do you get rid of free radicals, because free radicals do bad things, right? You can see a normal cell, you can see in the middle, you can see the free radicals are attacking a cell, and this is a cell with oxidative stress. This is not good, guys. This is not good. And here's some analogies some of my doctors have taught me over the years. It's like a CD, a clear CD. Some of you may remember CDs, some of you may not, but it's like a scratching, right? And if it's scratched, it won't play. Or a rusting car. Our bodies are rusting on the inside regardless. If you're breathing, you're rusting on the inside. Forget all the other things that are happening outside of our environment. Our bodies are on fire, right? Especially as we begin to age. The good guys just aren't firing like they used to, okay? So our bodies are browning on the inside, just like an apple. Look at this. This is my favorite when the apple starts browning on the inside. This is oxidation. And regardless, our bodies are browning on the inside of our bodies. And oxidative stress is caught. What it does is it causes all these other disease states that's related to basically our entire body. Are you kidding me? So I learned this over time. So this wasn't something I learned overnight and be able to present it. This took some time. But all I want you to think about is our bodies are have bad guys just from living. So what can we do about it? Okay, now I'm bringing in a new concept. So in the past, we use food, right? We use food. And currently, we use food. So we use Nutra is food, and genomics affects the genes. So nutrigenomics is the science of how nutrition, how food interacts with our genes, and how certain foods, nutrients, or supplements can turn our genes on or off. So, what I want you to remember from this concept is food turns our genes on and off. Okay. Food turns our genes on or off. That's why it's so important to eat good food, right? And so I want you to think of like an activation. Food activates different things in the cell, turns genes on and off. I love this word activation. Remember the key concept that if we do not understand the enormity of activation, you will miss the point of how enormous and the incredible vision of this opportunity that has changed so many lives around the world, both improving health and finances. So, what is on the market today that can reduce that browning on the inside, the oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days? Tell me, if you went to your doctor, what would he say? Unless you're one of our doctors, of course. There's only one solution, and that's the business that we're in. We provide solutions to the marketplace in terms of activating on a cellular level. We provide solutions. That's all we do, improving people's health and their finances. There's only one solution. It's Protandim Nerve 2 Synergizer. Okay, listen carefully because this will be a new concept. These plants that are in this product activates the nerve 2 pathway, reducing oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And it does that with 5 plants. Remember, you go back to the concept of nutrigenomics. These are just 5 plants: ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, milk thistle, and turmeric. This is and you're like, well, Jill, I'm on turmeric for inflammation. I understand, but when you combine them, the synergistic effect is what causes the activation of the nerve 2 pathway to upregulate it 1800-fold to reduce the oxidative stress or the browning in the inside of our body by 40% in 30 days. So think about this. We're not adding a supplement to our body. This product right here, all our products activate your cells to do its own work, what your body was meant to do. Our activators address the root of the problem, right? That's what we do. We solve problems. So we have browning on the inside and we have a solution. Our nerve 2 activator. Activator is the key word. So this again, this is like the 4th time I've said it. This is very important. If you do not understand the magnitude, the significance of activation, you will lose the significance of this opportunity. All right. So once I understood the significance, I went crazy. This can be validated. This nerve 2 activator from this little golden activator that I showed in the previous slide has peer reviewed science. Do you remember when we were working with the Mayo Clinic and they said there were 2 studies? The first is a human clinical study that was so profound that universities around the globe continued the studies on different disease states. Now, I'm not saying we treat, cure, or mitigate any disease, but what if you can reduce the main reason why we have cellular damage by 40%. What does that mean in terms of prevention, maintaining, or improving your current health? Not to mention the huge opportunity. Now, I'm going to continue on the activation concept and build on this concept, but I also want you to consider, do you remember from that list? Timing and trends were super important. And this company that we represent, we're independent activation consultants for a company called LifeVantage. Timing and trends is super important to them and for the field, obviously. So they are constantly investing in research and development. And look at this. Does this look familiar? Weight loss breakthroughs, what really works, answers, and benefits. And they're talking about the GLP-1 drugs. The revolution is here. I just found this on the magazine rack just 2 months ago, and I saved it for this very presentation. Well, what our company did is we came out with an activator. And what do you think we use? We use food to activate that GLP-1 hormone. Not an agonist, which is a shot, not a drug. We use food to activate that GLP-1 hormone. This has been so profound for me personally in terms of glucose exchange, mental clarity, which I never expected, energy. I'm more effective, and my endurance is better in the gym. This has been so amazing. This is clinically shown, a human clinical shown to naturally increase GLP-1 by 140% after 12 weeks. Okay, you have to do it the 4 months. I think I really started to notice the difference. Again, this shuts down food noise as well. And these are some visuals that speaks 1,000 words more than I could do all the talking. I also want you to consider, you remember the mitochondria was one of the things that decline as we age. Once we start hitting about 20, we start having declines in all these pathways in our body, right? We're aging, we're diseasing. I'm not saying again we treat, cure, mitigate any disease, but Protandim also has a brother or sister, whatever you like to call it, that activates the NRF1 pathway, which is responsible for mitochondrial health. Another one, we activate the NAD pathway, which are responsible for cleaning up the cell. Do you remember that was really important that we clean out the cell? We detox the cell. We have a collagen that activates and replenishes and maintains our collagen. We introduce 10 collagens, and guess what we do? We activate collagen, and we activate the genes that help with, they turn down those genes that degrade collagen. Are you kidding me? It was so amazing. And here's a picture that speaks again 1,000 words. Powerful, powerful. And here's all our SKUs of our product that we can talk about later offline if you like. Again, we got another check mark, right? Company. We were up in the NASDAQ. This is my husband and myself. We were up at NASDAQ for collagen sales, a very unique product. LifeVantage is the only activation company. We're first to market. Think about a business. We're first to market, just like Coke, Kleenex. We're on the NASDAQ. We're publicly traded, LFVN. We started off actually in the retail space and changed the model because that bottle couldn't speak from the shelves. Nobody understood what oxidative stress was. We're in over 20 countries, and again, we're solid financially. Again, this is a really important concept you need to check off. Do I think I can do this business? Now consider this. You're in business for yourself. You're the CEO of this business. but not by yourself. And that's actually one of my favorite things about this business, that we work as a village. We work together to help meet all our dreams and goals and passions. And here's a little graphic to help kind of help you visualize this if you're not familiar with this model, but I still think this is effective. Here's you. We're partnered. We're independent activation consultants with a company, the publicly traded company called LifeVantage. We talk about transformation, money, impacting lives, dreams. We talk about health and leveraged income. Are you open to earning some leveraged income? Are you open to improving your health? And then all these other things fall in place, and we can share that with our friends and family and prospects, just like I'm doing with you right now on this master class. And we have a system for you to help map this out for you. You also have an incredible team to partner with. We've been in business for over 16 years now. And then as you create your own team, doing the same thing that we're doing right now, using a roadmap we will provide for you. We're all working as one team, and all this represents customers and activation consultants. It's so powerful how we all work together. If you're all in, we're all in. If you show up, we show up. So you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So what's next for you? You can simply become a customer. And so if you're watching, activation is so important to have in our toolkit. That's the main thing. It's not everything, but we need to have it in our toolkit. You can purchase that via retail, subscription, or monthly reward circle. Just message me, click the button below, and get connected, and we'll get you started. Or let's launch your business. Why not? As a Life Vantage activation consultant, you have a $50 annual fee, wholesale pricing on the products, wholesale, not retail or subscription, wholesale, commissions and earnings, which, like I mentioned earlier, includes a Jeep, travel literally around the world, and perks, business website, and an incredible LifeVantage app. We can work anywhere in the world from our phone. It's so powerful. And for you affiliate marketers out there, we even have a beautiful affiliate marketing program if you just want to acquire customers, and the payout is amazing. How do we get started? This is when my mentor said, buy this business pack. This is if you want to move quickly to the top of the company, this is what we teach. It's an investment, not a cost. It's an investment in your business of basically $1,000, $9.99. It includes all these incredible products. The value there is incredible. It's a big savings if you were to buy these products at retail. Again, we have a personalized website, back office, LifeVantage app. The next pack I would recommend, only these two packs, executive pack of $495. Again, has your personalized website, back office management tools, and LifeVantage app. There are other packs you can look at, but these are the two I recommend as we are creating a system so everybody beats to the same drum, everybody's rowing together, and all we do is simply share it. This is the perfect side income. No assets, no overhead, no employees. That is a benefit in itself. Work from anywhere, customer service call center that teams with us. It's incredible, huge tax benefits, and it's a debt-free company, which again, today is so powerful with how things are changing in the economy, and they're able to reinvest in us in research and development and give us the tools we need to be the best company possible. This is our roadmap to success. This is two routes we can pick. I recommend this. This is a system. 30 days to senior consultant one, which is 2,000 in sales volume, which is a little over $400, right? And you're like, well, Jill, that's not how much you made. I know, stay with me, stay with me. But if we all beat to the same drum, if we all are rowing together to accomplish this, your team is going to grow beautifully and will hit those numbers, those goals that you want to achieve. So in order to hit this, we have to go share this, right? Like I just mentioned. And if you have two people who are interested, two friends and family acquaintances, or we share this online system with you on how to connect, we have two people getting started on the same pack you did, right? That's why it's important, because they're going to ask you how you got started. And then we have to acquire 4 customers on this activation stack, or 3 customers with this other activation stack. And a stack is simply a combination of products. And I'll teach you that. Route 2 is that other pack, that executive pack. So you'd have to acquire 3 activation consultants and 5 customers with an activation stack, or 4 customers on that healthy glow stack, which includes the collagen. All right. 2 roadmaps, 2 routes. Follow that in 30 days and then think about it. That's exactly what we did. And in 22 months, we earned this kind of income, but there are no guarantees. Everybody's different, right? Everybody works different. Everybody sees this different. And also we earned that Jeep, right? Years later, we earned that Jeep. They just introduced this car program and they hand you a title to a Jeep. Are you kidding me? With the keys. It was the most fun ever, earning a Jeep. But this is the last thing I want to wrap up this masterclass, is for you to consider all that I have gone over today: the product, the company, the timing, the trends, the comp plan, and the system. And I want you to really pay attention and remember that concept, that if you do not understand the concept of activating our own cellular pathways with food, right? Nutrigenomics, the food works synergistically to activate those pathways, to turn on the light switches within our cells. You need to understand the enormity and the vision, and that you're first to market. And if you see that clearly, let's jump on board. Let's jump on board. Let's lock arms, go have some fun together, and go impact lives exponentially around the world. Take care, and thank you for joining me on this incredible masterclass.